All right, ready? Sounds good.
Ready as I'm ever going to
All
be,
right.
I suppose.
I want to introduce you as Tom Neves,
Mhm.
and then at the very end, we'll put your business and your contacts. We don't have to go through that. So we'll give it a count of three. 1, 2, 3. Hi, welcome to this edition of Your Healthy Home Show. Today I have Tom Neves. I consider you a realty expert, or in the industry. Hi, Tom. How are you?
Very well today, Joe. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for being here. Today's topic, selling a house. Homeowners who are looking to sell their home. A couple of questions. Is it the right time? When is the right time? What are the first steps for selling a house?
The right time to sell is going to be up to what your motivation is for selling. Are you downsizing? Are you upsizing? Are you relocating for business? As far as today's market goes, there hasn't been a better time to sell since the market was booming in 2003, 2004. Right now we're seeing a huge deficiency in the number of listings on the market. There are a number of buyers out there that are pre-qualified, willing to buy a home, and can't find a home.
Interesting. So there are more buyers than there are houses that are on the market.
Right.
So how does that work? I mean, right now, if that's the pulse, are houses selling quickly because there's low supply?
It's your typical supply and demand. You know, the houses are selling faster, but they're also selling for more money. And we had one instance where a house was on the market last year, I think I told you, for $320,000, and it sat there, and nobody was interested. It didn't sell, so they removed it from the market. And just recently, it went back on the market because there is a shortage of inventory, and that agent had listed it again at $350 instead of the original $320. And at one Saturday showing, they had 25 buyers come through in 2 hours.
Wow.
So again, it's simple supply and demand. I don't know what they got for the house, but it did go under agreement right away that day, and I'm sure for pretty close to the $350 that they were asking. So timing is everything when you're
Right.
talking about markets
Right.
and supply and demand. So
Right.
this is the time. I have not seen a better time to sell in my 15 years in the business.
Okay, so speaking of selling then, if you're someone who's interested in selling their house, now apparently, it now appears to be the right time. What are the first steps for someone who is considering on selling their home?
Well, the first thing you want to do is you want to call a reputable realtor. You might want to ask your friends and family who they used and get a referral for a realtor. Have somebody reputable go in, and they can answer all of your questions. They can give you some guidance, as well as do what we call in the industry your typical market analysis. But a good realtor will be able to go in and not only tell you what you can get for the house and how they would market it,
Right.
but also, hey, if you do this little improvement, you'll see some return on that investment. Or if you do this little improvement, you won't see a return on investment. So concentrate on doing these things. Let's get the curb appeal up. Let's declutter. Maybe if you repaint this, change out a vanity, small things that a seller can do that will greatly improve how the house will show, and therefore how fast it will sell for and for how much money.
Excellent, excellent. In terms of home improvements, what are some of the most typical things you see? Not overall, but right now, where the demand is high, what are some of the typical home improvements you would recommend?
It seems like the typical buyer these days wants a house that's done. And I'm not trying to say that every seller that's out there should go put a new kitchen in or a new bath,
Right.
but we want to upgrade as much as is possible. Whether that means, you know, a quick $500 or $600 cleanup around the yard to get curb appeal, like I said, replacing a vanity, perhaps updating from your old Formica countertops to a granite.
Right.
Very, very high demand.
Right.
Another thing I've seen people do is actually take down walls and open up space, because the trend now is for the open floor plan. That's all the rage.
Right, right. Excellent. This is great information. Tom, we often hear about online, searching for homes online, and versus a realtor. I've known you for quite a few years, and as a matter of fact, this is a testimony. You helped me sell a house, and I feel there's tremendous value in having a realtor, working with a realtor. What is your opinion or just information on the value of finding a good realtor?
Well, I think it's first and foremost, let's point out, in Greater New Bedford, there are just over 600 realtors. In 2015, there were just over 1,200 houses sold. That averages out, and I'm not a mathematician, but I can do that math, that averages out to about 2 houses per realtor. That means there are not a lot of expert realtors out there. It's one of those things where you want somebody who's seasoned, someone that's experienced, and someone that sells quite a few houses. I always compare it to, I am an avid golfer. I am always practicing my craft,
Right.
chipping and putting, because the more I do it, the better I am at it. Okay, the more houses I sell, the better negotiator I am, the better I am at pricing. So you're looking for somebody that's seasoned, but you also want to look for somebody that's relational. Okay, selling or buying a home is in one of the top 5 most stressful things someone will do in their life. You need someone that can also meet your emotional needs. But someone that works relational not only meets your emotional needs, it's a big stressful time, but because I work relational, I have built relationships with other industries in and around the housing industry. So if I'm selling your house and we're 10 days from closing, let's just say, and you call me up and you say, I have a plumbing leak, Tom, what am I going to do? I can't get a plumber to call me back. And I say, Joe, I'll have my guy call you. His name is Steve. Here's his number. I don't know, I can't promise that he's going to get to you today.
Right.
I said, but I will have him call you. And there aren't many people out there that can do that. But because I intentionally work by referral, I work by relation, I've built relationships with these people. So when I call a plumber, when I call Steve the plumber and I say, Steve, I've got a client that's in trouble, he's got a plumbing leak, is there any way you can give him a call now, even if you can't get right out there, and just tell him when you can go. That goes well above and beyond for you, the client, but also it allows me to give business to my trusted plumber.
Right.
So it's a win-win situation, but that relational concept, I think, is something a lot of people miss. It's easy to go online and look through houses, and people should. How else are you going to find them? It's not invasive. You don't have to call somebody.
Right.
You don't have a salesperson going to be breathing down your neck.
Right.
Look online and find a house, but then ask your friends and family, your parents, whoever, hey, who did you use to sell your house? You had a good experience. And look for that referral to somebody that has done a good enough job for someone that they would refer you.
Excellent. Very well said. And those are the hidden benefits of having a realtor on your side. Tom, I really appreciate this information, and I look forward to working with you and maybe having you back on and focusing on another topic within your industry.
Love to do it. Thanks for having me, Joe.
Thank you.